This is one of the most beautiful and accurate charts that we have found. It is Altria, MO. Now, the reason I named this video Mono was because I forgot to talk about it on Friday. I said I was going to do that. I didn't do it. Well, I'm doing it now. I mentioned to everyone, non-Patreon supporters, that we had of our 20 weekly vertical crossovers we identify every week for our Patreon supporters on the S&P 500. One of them, I gave away a little bit of the secret, one of them was MO, crossing over, going up. That is what it did on Friday. I told you guys on Thursday, I told everyone about the crossover that was setting up. Well, sure enough, it did cross over on Friday. You can see the explosion in the derivative oscillator, price percent oscillator crossing over, going up. And I'm telling you, friends, backtrack here. Look at what MO has done on the weekly chart, how prescient and incredibly successful each of these crossovers was. Now, I don't purchase Altria because it's a tobacco stock, and I don't buy sin stocks. Really bad sin stocks, I'll say that. It kills people, is what I would argue. I don't do gambling stocks, I don't do liquor, and I don't do tobacco, but it's your own personal choice. I love the chart regardless. And get this, Altria, on top of everything else, pays a dividend between 6.5% to 8% a year. Now, the rule of 72 tells us what? You take the interest rate and you divide that into 72, and it gives you a rough estimate of how long it takes for your money to double. At 6.5%, if you had $100,000 in Altria, just on the dividend alone, with the stock price being somewhat somewhere in here, it's going to double in 11 years. At 8%, double in 9 years. That's just on the dividend. And that's just being a dummy and putting the money right back into the stock. Now, if you have a stock chart that's this beautiful, what do you do with your dividend? Do you throw it right back into the stock when it's an all-time high and rolling over, going down? Yeah, I guess you would if you're an idiot. Why wouldn't you let it bottom and then put your dividend in when it starts to rise again? Why wouldn't you be a little smart? Maybe selling covered calls? Maybe buying puts when you see it going down with the money from the covered calls and or the dividends? That kind of stuff makes sense too if you want to pump a stock to zero. That is, get your basis. If this is something that, again, I'm not giving tax advice. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not an accountant. This is an education firm. But we want you to consult those kind of people. Think about the kind of things we talk about. And in the meantime, practice the hell out of this. Practice it. Practice, practice, practice. Look at how good you are at buying puts, letting it move down, insuring what you have, going from 50-something down to 35 and then back up again, and just watch this weekly vertical crossover chart. Absolutely gorgeous. The 2-day chart, not too bad either. One little spooky point right around here in February of 21, late January, February. But again, rest of the time, not a bad chart at all. But the weekly is hard to beat. That's what I wanted to tell you guys about on Friday. Got caught up in a whole bunch of other things. For those of you interested in supporting us in the work we do here, there's the law of reciprocity out there. Some people call it karma. You do good things come back to you. Support stuff, it stays around. If you believe in what we do here, free every day, then why don't you become a Patreon supporter? We have levels at $100 a month, $30 a month, and you get crazy good benefits. You get, just to begin with, the 20 weekly vertical crossovers every week for you to always have something big to practice trade. You also get our 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. You get our training on how to chart Bitcoin. You get our Bitcoin chart. You get so much good stuff. Plus the once-a-month live question-answer call-in session where we take the stocks and ETFs you're interested in us looking at for you and your questions. We help you break them down. And again, learn how to practice trade. That's what we're all about. Following these charts, finding beautiful charts like Altria and riding them, baby. God bless, my friends. Happy Labor Day to all our friends in the U.S. and everywhere else in the world. Happy Monday. God bless. Get ready for the markets opening Tuesday morning.